Good afternoon, everybody from Ann Arbor, and welcome to Ross. My name is Eric Davis, and I'm the Director of Admissions for the Ross Executive MBA program here in Ann Arbor, as well as in Los Angeles. And on behalf of the EMBA admissions team, I do want to thank you all for taking time out of what I'm sure are busy days for all of you to join me and learn a little bit more about our program and our school. Speaking of our team, I do want to start by taking a brief moment to introduce all of our members, all of whom you'll be interacting with as you make your way through our admissions process. Emily Doyle is our Associate Director of Admissions here in Ann Arbor. Stacy Stites is our Admissions Coordinator, also located in Ann Arbor. And Gary Kucher is our Associate Director of Admissions, located out on the West Coast. So for today's session, I'm going to discuss first what makes the Executive MBA program here at Ross unique. From the academic curriculum, which focuses on general management from more of a strategic perspective, to our customized leadership development programming. I'm then going to touch briefly on some additional differentiators of our program and school versus our competitors. And then finally, I'm going to wrap up with a brief discussion on our admissions process. So we'll begin by discussing the Michigan Ross Executive MBA program curriculum. And of course, you can't get too far into a discussion about academics without first bringing up our faculty here at Ross, who are among the world's foremost experts in their fields of study. In fact, 3 of our current faculty members are editors-in-chief of leading academic research publications in the areas of finance, marketing, and economics. So very brilliant people, of course, and also very passionate people. These faculty members are passionate about sharing their knowledge and their research with our students in the classroom, of course, but also with the general public through numerous published books. In fact, a lot of the textbooks that you'll be learning from in this program are written by the faculty members themselves. They also write articles and are widely quoted in all of the major business publications, including the Wall Street Journal, Harvard Business Review, and Financial Times, just to name a few. And in addition to their research, our faculty are highly sought after consultants. They are working with companies, organizations, and governments around the world on current business problems and issues. And that's real world experience that, of course, they're bringing back into the classroom, which creates a very relevant and a very engaging experience for our EMBA students. And that engagement is not confined to the classroom. Our faculty are equally as engaged with EMBA students outside of the classroom. And that's a really key point for executive MBA students who, by design, spend quite a bit of time away from our physical campus. So oftentimes our EMBA students do have the need to reach out to our faculty remotely, and sometimes at some odd hours due to their busy lives and schedules. And the faculty here understand this. They know that our students are not the typical students who can come in for their office hours or, again, even contact them during normal business hours. They know this about our students and they make themselves available to them accordingly. The world-class faculty here at Ross delivers our world-class general management curriculum, which in the case of the EMBA program, specifically focuses on general management concepts from a higher level, more strategic perspective. The program begins every August with core business courses in finance, accounting, marketing, and economics, which provide our students a very strong analytical foundation, of course, that they need, but that is a foundation that is very quickly expanded upon in this program, and our students are right away encouraged to start thinking more broadly, more strategically about their businesses. Our faculty challenge students to critically analyze business cases in current business situations in light of things such as their competition, the regulatory environment, and the legal aspects of their business. Starting in the 3rd term, electives in our 4-month signature exec map project-based course allow our students an opportunity to customize their academic experience by selecting elective courses and an exec map project that coincides with their personal and professional interests. And then finally, students wrap up their experience with comprehensive business courses that focus a little more heavily on the global aspects of business and strategy. And as you can see from the light brown bar at the very bottom of the graphic, the Comprehensive Leadership Development Program curriculum is integrated across the entire 21-month experience. And I'm going to touch on that in greater detail here in a moment. So obviously this graphic provides a pretty generalized view of our curriculum, and we do have a more detailed look at the specific courses offered by term, and they can be found on our website, the schedule page of our website. Note also that this is an interactive document where by clicking on the name of each of those courses, you can access more detailed information, including credit hours, course descriptions, and bios on the faculty that are teaching those courses. So some really great information for you to check out. So currently the Ross EMBA program offers 15 different elective courses that provide our students with an opportunity to pursue their individual interests in a wide variety of areas, from entrepreneurship to brand management, global finance, positive leadership, and big data, just to name a few. And Ann Arbor and Los Angeles students have the opportunity to take many of these elective courses together at the same time. So that provides our students not only with an opportunity to expand their knowledge in these areas, but also an opportunity to expand their network as well. The Executive Multidisciplinary Action Projects course, or ExecMap for short, is another way for our students to customize their experience and also apply what they've learned in the classroom to a real-world business issue or problem that's been brought to the university by an existing company or organization. Now, as an EMBA student, you're already going to have this opportunity. After all, you do all have jobs to go back to on Monday morning, and you will immediately begin applying what you're learning in the classroom to your current positions. The curriculum at Ross here is specifically designed with that immediate application in mind. Through ExecMap, however, you do have a pretty unique opportunity to experience something completely different and outside of your specific area of expertise. ExecMap projects can allow you to explore a new industry, maybe experience a startup, and maybe even one of your own if you have an idea for one, or expand your knowledge of a different functional area or different geographic region of the world. So a little bit about the projects that are available to each of our cohorts. At the executive level, they typically involve higher level, more complex issues, such as a new product launch, product line extension, an overseas expansion of operations, maybe a new business venture. The projects come from a diverse set of sponsors: startups, multinationals, not-for-profits, internationally based businesses. And in the EMBA program, many of the projects are brought either by companies who are sponsoring our students, or sometimes by the students themselves. In fact, the first of the two Ann Arbor-based projects featured on this slide highlights a project brought by one of our students who, at the time, was running his own successful radiology practice in Dayton, Ohio. And this student had an idea to develop a subsidiary business focused on a minimally invasive alternative to open spine surgery. So this project team was tasked to help him perform a comprehensive market analysis, recommend a business model for that new venture, and ultimately develop a 3-year business plan. The second team, shown here on the right-hand side, worked on a project brought by the billion-dollar multinational Woodward Kempen, who manufacture power converters for the wind turbine market. And this project required the team to travel internationally, first to Germany to meet with the executive team at Woodward, and then on to a couple of cities in China to then help Woodward develop a comprehensive market assessment and a proposed entry strategy into the Chinese marketplace. The next slide here features a couple of LA-based projects that I think do a nice job of demonstrating the wide diversity of project offerings that we have each year. And as you can see, both of these teams worked on Amazon-focused projects, one working with the e-commerce giant and the other actually working inside of the Amazon jungle. The e-commerce team on the left-hand side here was tasked by Amazon to conduct a price point perception analysis of Amazon's third-party sellers, and then on to conduct an analysis across all of Amazon product categories. And the team shown on the right side worked with Rainforest Expeditions, which is an ecotourism company. And this team helped Rainforest develop a market entry strategy and a marketing plan that helped support the launch of a fourth lodge that they were soon planning to open up inside of the Peruvian rainforest. So just a couple of examples again of the types of projects that our students have the opportunity to work on each year. Leadership development is also a very important part of the executive MBA experience because it is so crucial for success at senior levels. I mean, you can have a mastery of business fundamentals, you can even have a great mind for strategy, but at the end of the day, future success will depend very heavily on your ability to lead, to communicate your strategic vision to your organization, and then your ability to help motivate and inspire your organization to help you realize that vision. So very important, and in the Executive MBA program here at Ross, leadership development is approached in a very comprehensive way. As I mentioned a moment ago on the curriculum slide, our leadership development program curriculum is integrated across the entire 21-month experience, and it includes a combination of coaching opportunities, individual team coaching, courses, and workshops, all designed to develop the skills and knowledge necessary for our students to excel in their current as well as future roles of leadership that they'll be taking on. Now, at the outset of our program, students will create their own personal leadership development plan, and they do so through the aid of 360 feedback and one-to-one coaching sessions with an executive coach that has been assigned to them, helping them better understand who they are as leaders, their areas of strength, maybe some areas of opportunity, and helping them decide where they might like to be as a leader in the next 5-10 years, and coming up with concrete steps and those students can take to move along that continuum. And that's a plan that our students will continue to work on with their executive coach as they make their way through the curriculum, gaining additional skills, tools, and insights. Our students also participate in team coaching sessions. Now, during our program, students are a member of at least 5 different teams. And although I'm sure many of you have worked in teams before, these happen to be fairly unique teams, teams filled with leaders. Everyone's accustomed to being the leader, and of course, everybody can't be the leader at the same time. So that does lead to a very interesting environment, and interactions within that environment provide some really great learning opportunities that, of course, can be explored and further leveraged with the aid of that team coach. And the leadership development curriculum offers courses on leading people and organizations to help our students better increase their leadership influence and impact. We have practical workshops also available throughout the 21 months that focus on a variety of areas such as executive presence, performing under pressure, and leading high-performing teams. So now I'm going to touch on a few of the differentiators outside of the customized curriculum that separate Ross from the competition. And the first certainly is our once-a-month format. At Ross, we've not only created a curriculum with you in mind, but also a format that's more tailored to your busy lifestyle. Specifically, our program requires students to be on campus approximately 1 weekend per month for 21 months. Students are typically on campus for a full day Friday and a full day Saturday once a month, with, of course, lots of remote work happening in between. And that remote work consists of a variety of activities. It could be watching recorded lectures, participating in virtual team meetings, reading assignments. We do some online simulations, and all of our exams are also delivered online. Academic calendars listing all of the on-campus requirements for both our Ann Arbor and Los Angeles cohorts are available for download on the schedule page of our website. So do consider going there and downloading a copy of the calendar. This is a very useful document as you begin to plan and discuss your participation in the program with your employers and your families, et cetera. So do consider downloading those at your convenience. And discussing the calendars for our Ann Arbor and LA campuses happens to be a very nice segue into my next slide here and differentiator, and that is our 2 locations. The Ross Executive MBA program is now offered in both Ann Arbor at the Ross School of Business, of course, but also in Los Angeles at the Intercontinental Hotel in Century City. Now, both of these locations feature the same curriculum, and they feature the same faculty. In fact, we stagger the residencies so that our faculty can teach Ann Arbor students 1 weekend and then fly out to the West Coast to teach our LA students essentially the same material the following weekend. So having the two locations and the identical faculty provides some really great benefits to both the school as well as to our students. From a school standpoint, certainly having the two locations allows us to increase the accessibility of our top tier school education and network to students from across the country and occasionally internationally. For our students, having the two locations certainly provides a much more geographically expansive EMBA network with which they can interact, as well as some additional flexibility while they're making their way through the program. So specifically, students having to miss a residency at their home campus, and it happens. We do provide the calendars early so that our students can schedule around those residencies, but every once in a while, a student does have to miss a residency, and in those instances, they can oftentimes make up that residency at the sister campus during the following week. So really great flexibility, and again, because of the two locations, identical curriculum and faculty. Another major differentiator certainly is the Ross and University of Michigan brand and networks. We are currently billed as the largest living alumni network in the world. University of Michigan and Ross graduates total over 600,000 and are located in over 90 countries around the world. So regardless of where you happen to find yourself professionally, geographically, you will likely have an alumnus that you can reach out to for advice and support. And the great thing about this network, aside from the impressive size, is the engagement of its members. I think I discussed the passion about the faculty earlier in the presentation. Well, that passion is equaled, if not surpassed, by the passion of U of M and Ross graduates. They're passionate about the university and about the relationships and the experiences that they gained while they were students here. So that means when you are reaching out to that alum, there's going to be somebody on the other end of the phone picking up and will be equally as engaged and excited to network with you. And certainly the passion of University of Michigan alumni, I think, is pretty widely known, but it's also been officially recognized by a wide variety of sources, including most recently The Economist, who ranked Ross number 5 among business schools for global alumni effectiveness. Ross as a school is also deeply committed to the continued development of our students and alumni, and a great example of this is our Ross Alumni Advantage program, which offers alumni a wide variety of developmental benefits, including access to networking and speaker events across the country and internationally. We have online courses and other lifelong learning opportunities, including full tuition scholarships to all of our executive education open enrollment courses for the remainder of your career. So really great value that you can continue to leverage as you advance in your career. In addition to these vast resources for continuing education and development, Ross also provides EMBA students and alumni with individualized career services, and these are also available for you to leverage for the remainder of your career. And the services, they're delivered by seasoned career development professionals, and they include one-to-one coaching, career workshops, and assistance with connecting you with the vast Ross and University of Michigan alumni networks. And as you can see from this next slide, and this is data that's been collected by our Office of Career Services, EMBA students do see significant professional benefits both while they're in the program as well as after they've graduated. They're very adept at leveraging the experience, the network, and the school resources to achieve both increases, as you can see, in their responsibilities and corresponding increases to their salaries. So now I'm going to turn to the admissions process. I'm sure you're probably all wondering by now what it might take to be admitted to this program and what specifically our committee is looking for in a student as we're filling our classes in both Ann Arbor and Los Angeles. And that does essentially boil down to the 3 main factors listed here: a candidate's professional experience, their academic ability, and their overall fit with our program. So as you now know, the EMBA curriculum at Ross has been specifically tailored for more senior level strategic leaders. So certainly the most appropriate candidates for the program are those that have relevant work experiences and responsibilities that will, number one, allow them to effectively participate in the classroom and the team discussions that are happening during the program, but also will allow them to immediately go back to work and apply what they're learning in the classroom to their current positions. Successful candidates also need to be able to demonstrate academic ability. I'm sure it's not a surprise to you that the Ross Executive MBA program is a highly rigorous and academically challenging pursuit. And a lot of that academic rigor, especially in the early parts of our curriculum, does revolve around more quantitatively focused coursework. I mentioned accounting, finance, economics. So it is crucial that candidates have the knowledge, the skills, and the drive that they will need to succeed really across the program, but certainly in these very math-heavy yet foundationally important courses at the very beginning of the program. And finally, our committee does consider a candidate's fit with the program and the school, and fit is a little more of a vague term. So let me provide a little more context around fit. In my experience, candidates that fit best with Ross and the EMBA program share a few similar qualities. Certainly, they do have that appropriate work experience I mentioned a moment ago. That is a big driver of the admissions process for this particular program. But they're also collaborative, those that fit in best. They have effectively worked well with others in teams, either as team members, team leaders, and they're able to demonstrate an appreciation of other viewpoints and approaches to solving problems. A lot of the work in this program happens in teams. Like I mentioned, you're a member of at least 5 different teams. So it's really important that our students are able to work effectively within that environment. So collaboration is very big. And also, when talking about fit, I think candidates that fit in best do have well-defined goals, and they have very specific reasons for not only pursuing their executive MBA at this point in their career, but reasons why they're looking at Ross for that executive MBA. So these are the main 3 things that we look for, and of course we determine those things through our application, which has 2 parts. We have an online application, and we also conduct an admissions interview. The online form is currently live on our website. You can go online, open up an account at any time, and begin populating that form at your convenience. The application, I think, is fairly straightforward among top-tier schools. It includes an uploaded copy of your resume, copies of your transcripts from any degree-granting undergraduate and graduate institutions. You will need to answer 2 essay questions and pick 1 recommender. The one thing you don't need to provide, and that is a GMAT, GRE, or other standardized test score. We do not require those currently for admission to the program. And that's a little different from other EMBA programs, as well as other MBA programs that we offer here at Ross. Second piece of the application, as I mentioned, is the interview. Our interview typically lasts about 45 minutes to an hour. It's a conversation with 1 or 2 members of our admissions committee, and it is based entirely on your resume. Because it is, we can conduct interviews either before or after you've submitted your online form in any order. And we will conduct these either in person or remotely, Skype, GoToMeeting, Google Chat, whatever's most convenient for you. And once an interview is conducted and the online form has been submitted and we have all of the pieces, including the recommendation, that is what makes up a complete application, which once it is complete is immediately forwarded to our committee for review. And we will typically turn decisions around in about 4 to 6 weeks from that date of completion. We roll our admissions for this program, which means that we review applications as they're received, and we are making ongoing admissions decisions throughout the recruiting cycle. We therefore really encourage early applications, obviously, when we have more seats available. We do have 4 deadlines listed on our website. December 15th, February 1st, March 15th, and May 1st is our final. However, it's important to note that, again, we don't conduct rounds of admission for this program. We roll our process. Therefore, think of these dates more as target dates for you to work toward. That is one thing that we've realized about EMBA students. They like deadline dates to put on their calendar and work towards. So here are 4 for you. I would, though, pay close attention to that May 1st deadline. That is a final deadline, and after that date, we may or may not accept applications depending on space availability. So do keep that date in the back of your mind. And this next slide provides the demographic profile of our most recent class. And hopefully these numbers give you a fairly good idea of what a typical EMBA class at Ross looks like. However, I always caution prospective students against maybe looking at one or more of these data points and making a quick determination of their potential fit with the program. Please do know that our admissions committee looks very holistically at each and every candidate when we're determining admissibility. So if after today's presentation and seeing these numbers, you're still uncertain about your potential fit with our program, I would suggest scheduling a consultation appointment with our admissions office. That's another nice segue into the little final slide here for next steps. These consultation appointments are great opportunities to speak one-to-one with one of our admissions professionals who can review your work experience and career progression as it's detailed on your resume and give you a better sense for your potential fit with our program. And that same admissions professional can also provide you with guidance on how you might want to best present yourself in our process if you decide that you would like to move forward with an application. We conduct consultation appointments, can be scheduled either on the website or by reaching out directly to the EMBA admissions office, and I will have that contact information on the final slide for today. Another next step could be start an application, and after opening your application account, you might also want to schedule your interview. As I mentioned a moment ago, we conduct interviews independently of the online form, and oftentimes completing your interview while you're working on the online form can actually help expedite the admissions process and perhaps get you a bit of a quicker admissions decision, so do consider doing that. And finally, I would suggest visiting one of our campuses during a preview day event. During preview days, our prospective students have an opportunity to attend an EMBA class, have a meal with our students and faculty, and just get a better feel for our program and culture. And these events are conducted monthly at both campuses, and those registration pages are also available on our website. Both interviews and consultation appointments are also conducted during preview days. So if you'd like to conduct one of those appointments during a preview day, you can make a note on the registration page and we'll know to set aside one of the spots for you. So that, hope you found the session informative. If you have any questions and or need additional information, please don't hesitate to reach out to the EMBA admissions office at the phone numbers or email address listed on the final slide here. We will be more than happy to assist you. And again, on behalf of the EMBA program and admissions team, I do want to thank you again for your time today and your continued interest in our program. And we will look forward to hearing from you all very soon. Have a great day.